right, so it's 5:31.
There we go.
All right, let's call the meeting to order.
You want me to do minutes?
We
Oh,
both
we give it-
can.
oh, we both will, okay.
Okay. We have a quorum, we have 2 of us out of 3, so we're good. Okay. Ariel and Linda. Approval of the August minutes, I did not get a copy.
Yeah, I didn't get anything.
I assumed, that's why I just printed them.
Thank
Okay,
you.
want to glance over them really quickly? Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Usually when I send like the agenda to the board.
We don't have Ariel on that meeting.
I always attach minutes.
What?
Board members.
Oh, she
Linda.
put, well, yeah,
Where?
she
Oh,
put,
that you,
she put
okay.
that I call the meeting to order and
but
then,
not under
But
board members
Wendy-
present.
yeah.
Okay, so Linda, you must have called it to order?
No, I did not. Ariel called it to order. I was by Zoom. I was in New
Okay,
York.
so all we have to do is.
Add Ariel
put
to board
Zoom in
members.
parentheses after you.
And then on the bottom, board members present or board
Well, it says
members.
Linda via Zoom here.
Yeah, but I'm saying Ariel isn't underneath that, but it's where he called it to order, so I don't know, do you
And
assume
that's
he's
how
there?
that, say,
Okay.
board president called it to order, other board members present
Oh,
were.
Were,
okay.
okay,
So that's
all right,
fine, yeah,
all
that's
right.
very typical, okay. I thought you were saying you weren't here.
She waived we still don't have the July 3rd meeting minutes?
What do you mean?
It said motion to waive the reading of the minutes, because we didn't, did we not have the minutes?
No, that's reading them aloud,
Oh.
right? You're gonna approve them without reading them. Finish the sentence before you say
I
it.
have a,
Yeah, made a motion to waive the reading of and approve the minutes, so we don't sit here while somebody reads them
approve,
aloud.
okay.
That's
like we're
all-
doing it.
That's, that too is very
okay.
common, right? Very standard wording. Time to go with Carrie, she get her situated.
Couldn't figure anything out
I'm like,
on how to set up her application.
oh, that's it, got it. Did you get her set up?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
I have one thing
Okay.
to add.
Okay.
Cause I wanted to make note, we added to, where it says the board agreed and the management,
Yeah.
that the management company should archive and maintain the association documents. I brought in, additional documents, which were the official blueprints of the subdivision.
Documents and plans,
Mhm.
and original plans.
The original blueprints
Okay.
with the lots and everything,
Uh-huh.
and also the original, second amendment to the bylaws.
Okay, all right.
And there were a couple of other documents, but I specifically gave it out, so
Archived documents and original plans.
that way I
Right.
kinda like wash my hands
Yeah,
that I
we're gonna,
was
we're
actually.
gonna put original plans and archive, documents, we'll add that to the minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Are you okay with it now?
um,
You wanna make the motion then?
I make a motion to accept the minutes as they are with the addition that Ariel put on about the archive
I'll,
documents.
Perfect.
I'll second.
Okay, great, all right, we'll forego the all in favor for obvious reasons, okay.
I have a quick question on minutes though. So I was looking on the portal today and the minutes for May, the minutes for June and July aren't on the portal. And then back on May 10th, we had an ARB meeting and I think Wendy had,
She did some notes.
handwritten minutes.
Okay.
And I haven't seen those on the
Do
portal
we
either.
usually put, committee minutes on the portal? We typically, that's not very typical.
Okay, the only reason why I say is because at that meeting is where we modified the residential planning criteria.
Okay, why don't we put that one on then? And, Nancy in our office, our compliance officer, she posts minutes, she just might be behind, but
Okay.
we'll tell her.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing I wanted
She does that. Sometimes she's ahead of the game and she posts my drafts before they're approved. So it's one or the other, right? Too soon or too late, okay.
Then we can go on with the treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report, I went ahead and I forwarded a draft to everyone. Any questions on anything that was in that preliminary treasurer's report? I'll go over it quickly then. Most of the items are on budget. The items that are not on budget are the ones that we've already discussed in the past that weren't budgeted for and they just came up this year. Looking ahead, I actually emailed Phoebe a preliminary working copy of the budget to start getting her feedback before I present it to the board. Well, what I am foreseeing that with regards to what's budgeted in property management fees, we will probably be over by about $540. And that will probably, and then we will, I'm anticipating that probably by year's end, we'll be over in irrigations, repair and maintenance. But as of right now, those are the only items that I see. Other than that, let me see. I know that we will be talking, let me see, do we have collections like on? No. So we do have 8 properties that are total in collections. Of those 8 properties, 3 of those properties have paid and collected, and we're just waiting for Excel to go ahead and send us the what's due, our balance, our amount.
Yeah.
It should be about $650 of assessments and special assessments for us. Then that's 3 of those 8 properties. Then there's 3 other properties that have had collections notices sent. 1 property that has been sent a notice of intent to lien, and 1 more property that has had a collection notice sent, but the homeowner is disputing. And then the other thing is we received, Jill forwarded a notice from the insurance broker from Brown & Brown asking if there were any policy changes, and pretty much the only policy changes are the name of the management company so that they can properly show on the insurance policy. Other than that, are there any questions on the treasurer?
I'm just, it's probably more for you guys. You sort of explained to Ariel the location attempt unsuccessful. Is that a physical address or is that the email or phone number?
Is that from
On Excel,
Excel, like,
It's a question
dashboard,
summary.
they call it?
Yeah, because if you look, they say it's on locations on.
I think that's when they try to personally deliver it, right?
Okay,
I believe that's what that means.
so would that
I'm
be a
guessing, but that's-
certified one? Because those, I mean, like this one, it says, this one, whatever this lot is, that says location attempts, I know they live there. The first one, I think I know he lives there as well.
It might have been like an in-person, but can we ask Nancy in the morning what that means, what that
Is that
status
credit
is? But I think most of them say that,
And it says location what?
attempt unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful. And I know from the report we had last time, this one was, they had 2 different emails. And I'm like, well, okay, if they're trying to email and if it's email, then do they do a physical one or what's the process with that? That's what I guess I got.
I think they, honestly, when we were trained, for lack of a better term, when we all sat there and this company explained like everything they do, the attempts and the avenues that they use to contact with them are like endless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's everything and anything. So I
Yeah.
think that's just,
Because I mean, I know that one that we talked about that's in dispute, obviously she got something.
Yeah.
She opened her
yeah, she
mail.
did, right.
Or
But we'll find
email.
out what that exact verbiage means.
Yeah.
I mean, they told me, the guy that,
And how many times do they attempt,
I'll find out.
like if it's an email, how many times do they attempt it? If it's a letter, is it certified return receipt? Is it, you
So
know?
the company gentleman that was, representing him even said, I'll never forget this, he said, we even let the mortgage company know that they are in arrears with the HOA. And I'm like, really? He said, oh yeah, mortgage companies wanna know that. So
Well, yeah.
he goes, they usually that can prompt a letter or call, and that's a big shove too.
Well, I know that one was
Yeah.
mortgages.
So I think if one form of attempt to locate is unsuccessful, they have many other options, so, but we'll find out
Just so
what
we
that
know what
means.
the, so,
Yeah, that terminology means, yeah.
I mean, I do get, they say, you need to call the management company, but if they call and say, I did this, okay, I don't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But once, it's just like if it was turned over to an attorney, Linda, so if they call us, once it gets turned over, we say, your conversation is with them,
Yeah.
not with us.
Yeah.
So we just deflect it,
Okay,
you know, so, but we certainly can find out what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's all I need to know. Because they don't see that, but we do, but at
Yeah,
least I
they
know
call
what
it the
they're,
dashboard, right?
yeah, yeah, so, all right. So, any owners? Are you speaking as an owner tonight? No? Okay,
Oh, God.
me either. So you have the ARB, I gave you the ARB that we have.
Get a roof lesson? Yeah.
I gave you the ARB.
Yeah, but are you gonna consider that tonight?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't
It's-
realize that
okay.
you
It's
had
the
it.
only one, and it's
Yeah,
paint samples,
let's
so.
get it out of the way,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's paint
Let's-
samples, so.
What's the address? Do you have that noted there? I'll tell you here in a second, because we're gonna need you to sign this, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's one it's Ed Sweeney,
come
That's
on.
fine. Whatever, they're 34, I don't remember. I sold him the house, I don't remember.
It's okay.
But
It's not coming out of there.
he had 5 paint samples, and I figured because it was
Okay.
paint samples, they were gonna drop them off, because they didn't, you know what I mean?
It is not gonna come out of there.
What the heck, did you do, glue it in?
Oh, got it.
We're
There we
good.
go. Don't need that envelope.
No,
Okay. All right, the ARB is for 3433 Country Manor Drive. Paint, as Linda said. Here you are.
is it 33, you said?
3433. I believe they went as far as to do this, which was quite nice. Yeah. That's why it wouldn't come out, they were
So-
stuck. All right.
He said it's the same color, he did 5 paint samples, it's called Breezeway. I don't know what this is there another color there?
No, they all look like.
So this is 4, this is, must have been their
You know
choosing.
what? I'm glad he actually painted, because if it's breezeway, it actually looks darker when it gets
Yeah.
painted than what it's on the swatch,
Yeah,
so.
he said it's the same color, so what's the
Paint
same?
to match as close to original colors we could get. Trim will be white as is now. Colors Barrett Dynasty and Marquee on one coat. Hide colors Breezeway 3.321.
It meets the residential planning criteria? and-
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call it celery looking.
Yeah.
Celery. That used to be my mother's favorite color, she'd paint everything in the house celery color, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So we can approve this?
And I appreciate he went through all that.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's pretty good. I wish they were all.
Guess there was one for each of you.
Yeah. Well, because
Do you
ARB
wanna
says you
keep
need 5
one to
samples.
See if it looks like it when it's up there?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't need them all for the file. We had a green go quite wrong at Pelican Bay. Turned out
We had a few
pistachio.
colors go quite
Yes.
wrong too.
You guys actually scan this, or?
Probably not, it'll just
Okay,
go in the
yeah.
physical file. We'll scan the, application, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Oh, it's in the,
the application right
oh,
there.
that's right. Down in the- it's on the
We're
app.
signing it.
No problem. I was looking for the clip, but I left it on the app. Thank you. Okay. Good job, approved. Paint.
All right. So that's later on, okay. Resolution for e-voting and resolution for elections, are we gonna do those? Next.
Do you wanna talk about this a little bit, Ariel?
Yeah.
Or would you like me to talk about it?
Oh.
The resolution for e-voting and for collection.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead.
Okay. So, you know, 718 and 720s are state regulated, right? So the state requires that a resolution that the board adopt and formally adopt to approve of electronic voting, should you decide to use it. You know, by doing this doesn't mean now you have to. It just means that the state is approving you to move forward for your owners to take advantage of it. Right. So we are satisfying the state requirement by having you vote on and adopting, this electronic voting for your owners. And then we're gonna do exactly the same thing for collections, right?
So when the voting, the e-voting, is that done by a third party and is it
No, it's done through sync.
sync? And then-
Yes.
and
And I
then-
think it's not like a brand new thing, but it's relatively new as it relates to HOAs, right?
Okay.
Keeping in mind, we're completely aware that not everybody's gonna wanna take advantage of it if they have limitations or they just, but by doing this, we will probably send out to the people that want to do it, we'll have to say, I consent, I am saying that I wanna, it's just like I'm gonna receive my documentations via email, et cetera, which might be very good in the future as far as postage is concerned, right? Because
Right.
right now, the state requires that we send the annual meeting out via USPS, but if they're going to be electronically voting, we can send out everything out that way and avoid that. So it's, has its benefits.
So if we did that voting and we could send it out, what if we don't do the voting? Can we, and they signed up for it, but if they sign up for it, we have to do it, right?
No,
No,
no.
okay.
If they sign up for it, and say it's an annual meeting, say it's 2026's annual meeting, right? And we'll say if you have, if they sign up for it, they will receive everything via email and they can vote that way, as opposed to sending in a ballot, like a paper
Yeah.
ballot.
And that would count as a proxy also? It would
Yeah,
count-
it will count as a proxy, but they have the option, you know what I mean? Like, well, right here, I'm at home anyhow, they can do one or the other.
Okay.
It's not exclusively e-vote, you know what I mean? You can also.
Would that vote be open, like,
No.
I don't want to
Election
say,
will not be.
so if the vote is open, say our vote, we're gonna be there Saturday for our vote, do they get to vote
I
Monday
see what
through
you're saying.
Saturday or just on
I see what you're
Saturday?
saying. They will vote, from the second notice, from the date the second notice goes out, it will be emailed to them as well, that has the candidates, if necessary, if you don't have a seated board. From that moment to the moment up to your annual meeting, they can vote at any time in between.
Okay.
Do you happen to know why it changed? Because we put it in our bylaws, because before it used to say in the statutes that it had to be in the docs.
Right.
And now they changed it to a resolution. Do you happen
Right,
to know
and I
why?
think it's because people are like, we're not gonna amend our docs just to add an e-voting, right?
Okay.
That would be my guess. I don't know that to be the answer.
Okay.
Plus, we all know, everything's done through this now, right? Everything, we pay our bills, they
Right.
pay our HOA fees and everything. The state's going, fine, just have the, the board's gotta let owners know and they've gotta adopt it and say, yeah, we approve this and we're gonna move forward with this. That's-
So if we were to do this, because when we worked on our docs and we put it in there, we kind of researched and we're like, the only thing we would find that would do e-voting were third parties that would charge. So if we were to do this, there's no additional charge.
No charge. And you can also use it for surveys, you know what I mean? Like, are you in favor of changing the signs out front, yes or no? You can utilize it for other things also.
So we'd have more email access to people than what we
No,
have now.
because I don't think unless it's people that just haven't bothered to sign up for the portal and they go, well, I do want to get involved in you said in the last couple of years, you haven't had to have an election,
Yeah.
have you?
No.
So it's kind of a moot
And
point.
I also want to add that they also send text messages or pop notifications, so they don't have to have the email. They can get it through text message or the app.
Okay. So they could vote right there.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it might be somewhat moot, but it would be nice in the future, should things change,
Yeah.
you will be able to move forward with it
Okay.
compliantly.
So I would say, okay,
Within
if we
compliance.
have it, but we don't have to use it
You don't
yet.
have to use it, this is just giving you the option to if you want to, and now we're keeping you compliant.
So now that we,
If we
Is it-
if we get a letter from the state that says if your boards, if your associations are want to start, using electronic voting, you must, we go, okay, here we go, and we do exactly what
Yeah.
they say.
so because it's in our docs and the resolution, they're
You're
not,
covered, you'll be fine. This is literally a formality, so the state
Okay.
says, did they do this? Yes, they did, okay.
okay.
And then you don't have a Mrs. Kravitz down the road saying, well, I don't think we were supposed to be, I don't think that e-vote should count. We could say, yes, it did, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Okay, just so you're compliant.
okay.
Sounds good.
And the exact same thing with collection.
So, yeah, I want to give it time before we use it yet.
Yeah, I mean, you might not even need to, it sounds like,
Yeah, well.
Because you
No,
guys
they
may
show
or
up
not.
when I increased the dues that one year.
They'll show up.
They showed up.
Yeah, so I always joke, honestly, Linda, if you're having board meetings and none of your owners are showing up, it's always been a good sign.
Yeah.
If they're showing up, they're upset, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times boards want owners to show up, and I joke and say, we'll put consideration of special assessment on, right, on your agenda, and they'll show up, right? But no show is good show, that's why we said no one has to talk, yay, you know, so
Yeah.
that's a very good sign.
Okay.
So now you have the ability, it's kind of like getting a pass at, a ride pass that you may or may not use if you want to. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yep.
So I just say we just combine the two, motion it, and we'll
Okay.
work it into the minutes,
All right.
you know?
Question, do we
Okay.
need, because, do we need to sign these? Doesn't
think
it
so.
need to-
Does it,
As
does
a legal
that,
document?
I don't believe so. Do you know this
'Cause,
part?
well, that one, when I typed it up, I copied the format that we had used in past resolutions, and that's why I went ahead and
Oh, yeah.
put that.
This will just be in the minutes. We'll just get through the minutes. If there's any forms or anything, all the patients take care of that.
Okay. Does this get recorded with the county later on?
I don't know that either. Possible, I doubt it though. But we'll find out.
Okay. But I think patients had mentioned something about
It's
recording.
possible, but if anything needs to be signed, we'll get it to you. Do you know about that? I mean, every single one of my associations is doing it, and I have not yet heard that anything has to be signed or recorded, but we're
I
just
just figured
starting.
if we needed to
If it
sign it
makes
now, we're here.
Yeah, well, you wanna sign this just in case, and then, I'm doing 23 condominiums, so we're doing 15-minute Zoom meetings back to back. Can you imagine what a nightmare, cause I was gonna take is one person to like start talking, I'm gonna be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just yes, I'll just to tick off the box, but go ahead and do it, and then you guys will probably be more thorough than anybody.
Okay.
And then what about the e-sign? So we don't have that, just, you'll let us know?
Yeah, I'll let you know. I don't know what you're
Okay.
talking about. One of your owners filled this out and sent it to me, because it went out with the, yeah.
They signed it?
Okay, they did it, correct me out, yeah.
Okay, but this one's for the collections.
Yeah, we'll do
Okay,
it.
do we need to sign this one for the?
Not to my knowledge. If you were supposed to sign something, it would have been in my packet to you.
Did you get
If that
to,
changes, you'll be the first to know.
did you go over this? The one we came up for the collections?
Did I go over it?
Did you see it? Yeah.
Yeah, I probably looked at it. Are you gonna quiz me on it?
Well, no, but
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, we're covered, we're legal on that? That's, I mean, Ariel's pretty thorough when he
Oh,
writes stuff up, but
absolutely.
I just wanna make sure we're good. Here, I got a pen, you could have borrowed it.
I was under the impression that we did this part of it earlier anyhow, when we came up with the collection.
Well, the one that
policy.
they had-
Remember the policy?
Yeah.
We already did it
We can talk about that all
later, yeah. We already, because we've been enforcing it, I mean, we've been using it anyhow, but.
Yeah,
Wendy voting by proxy,
on this. But did she vote on this one?
well, because I took a peek, it was open. She assigned me as her proxy, so do I
Yeah,
vote for her?
that would be fine,
Okay.
yes.
Well, she, yeah.
Oh, yeah, proxies aren't secret. They're not-
No,
Well,
no,
no,
but
she
I
asked,
didn't know
she
if
said,
you
who do
actually-
you want? And I said, give it to
Yeah,
Ariel.
I got you.
But I didn't know if you actually wanted me to put,
Yeah,
Your signature,
my
Yes.
signature, her
Yeah,
signature,
and say,
voting.
Proxy, then put her initials or something, yeah.
put her name and put your proxy on
Okay. All right, that's
In-
fine.
in
She
the
should have
min-
given
in the
me a
minutes.
form. Okay, yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
make minutes, yeah.
I don't
Well,
think they actually.
if they're adopting e-sign, she can e-sign, she can email them a form to sign. Right. This is one of these state
it. I'm gonna take that back from you, though.
Oh,
This is my only copy, I think.
we can make one later.
I think you have one, though, don't you? Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought I saw it in here.
Yeah. I think you got one. If not, take a copy.
You know, this is like
Here it
right up
is,
there
right through
when,
this,
like, the
yeah.
whole Zoom thing came in, our
Yeah.
Zoom allowed, and,
Yeah.
it's new, so it really gets a little bit, and
How do you want me to do for Wendy?
Sign it and then put her initials?
sign it, and then, we'll put the proxy with it,
Okay.
okay, so, and put her initials, fill this out correctly and put that,
So put her
sign your
position,
name, her
sign my
position.
name, her position.
And put proxy, we'll put proxy in parentheses, like under your name.
Okay.
Okay.
Did we didn't vote on those, though, right? We have to
Yeah,
make a
we're gonna-
motion to
we're
vote
gonna-
on them.
We can swap the motion in the second if you want, but we'll just to satisfy the minutes,
Yeah.
because there's only two of you here.
Yeah.
So we'll just do like Linda, Ariel, and if that's okay.
Got it.
What's the correct spelling of her last name?
AUCOIN. UCOIN. That's scary, I know that. I think it's French.
That's how I remember it.
It's French. Let's look at that, we finally, hold on.
They did it.
You did it?
No, someone did, but they did it.
Oh, yeah. Look at, is that where they marked it below? That's all
Probably.
sloppy. Jeez. Good Lord.
You want me to do the attestation for him?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Wendy, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Jill,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that,
This
because
is correct.
I don't want a Friday the 13th coming back on
No,
us
I'm
saying
with you.
that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, you guys didn't sign it, well, you
Yeah,
guys didn't
just
test it.
sign,
It's
that's
like,
fine.
so
Yeah.
you,
Yes, please.
okay.
Yes.
all right. Cutting your ass in the-
I know, I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
Hey,
You know, the state is famous for requiring things, you know, reserve studies every 3 years, this, that, and the other. They monitor it in no way, shape, or form, right? There's no auditing,
yeah.
there's no repercussions if you don't.
But the day you don't have it is the day they're gonna
Well,
audit it.
so what happens, you know, fast forward 25 years and you've got a collapse in South Florida, right? And underfunded reserves and people losing their
Yeah.
shirts because now they have to. So I understand it, but the formality part's a little. If we're doing them on Zoom, I don't know how they're all gonna be signed, so I'm assuming that's not necessary, but.
Yeah,
I'll find
I
out.
think so. I don't-
Literally, 20, I think 24 Zoom, is it 24 Zooms we're doing? 2 days.
I think the minutes is.
The big part,
Yeah.
is a big part of it. Thank you very much. I'm gonna keep that. Okay. All right, moving forward.
Moving forward.
So you, okay with the minutes, I'm gonna reflect, I'm just gonna motion a second, I'm just gonna flip flop that for
Do you need an
adoption.
actual motion, or
No, that's okay. All right. I mean, if you feel more comfortable, but
whatever keeps us legal and
You're good. We're
covers
good.
everything?
we're covered, okay. Attorney update?
Attorney update. You had information from the attorney on that. They asked for a ledger.
So, after, last meeting, I asked for, before the last meeting, I asked for an update from the attorney on the case that they have for collections. They said that the homeowner had agreed to a payoff. After that meeting, me, along with the accounting department, received an email from the attorney requesting an updated ledger, which was provided. And I think it was yesterday, the day before, I asked the attorney for another update to present at this meeting. And the response from the attorney was the payoff was due on August 28th, 2025. As of today, no payment was made. Therefore, we will be moving forward to obtain a final judgment.
Yeah, great. All lip service.
So that's the update on it.
That's
Yeah. Well, the last time it went through this way, he didn't pay off the whole thing. So, yeah. All right, so hopefully-
In a way, it's progress.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
every month it's kind of like, okay.
we get a little farther.
yeah,
So what does it mean though? Now they're at final judgment.
But
What
do you
does it
remember,
mean?
this is the same attorney that sent like a really vague message to you, right? Like, do you wanna move forward? And we were
Yeah.
like, well, what does that mean? What is the next step?
Yeah.
So final judgment means that they'll ask the board if you wanna move forward with foreclosure. And we will have to have a board meeting for that, because that has to go into minutes also, that we are gonna consider foreclosure and move forward with it. Again,
And that's when he'll pay off. That's what
yeah,
I did the last time.
they usually do like on the very last day.
Yep.
But that's also we'll have to plan that out too, because that's also like a 14-day notice on that as well. But it's just moving to the next steps.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So very
But
good.
it's good because the formality of it gets you in line as far as like a lien, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, final judgment kind of.
So if it was the collection company instead of because it was already in progress before we did this. So if it was at the collection company, they would have gone ahead and
We would
filed
have
the
been
lien
on
and all
there by
that.
now, I guarantee this would have been done. The only foreclosure meeting I've ever held in my life was like a month after we started using Excella. We did a quick
Yeah.
Zoom meeting, it was the one line item, and they just needed those minutes to go ahead and file it with the court when they went
Yeah.
to move forward with the foreclosure. It's the only, in my life, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
And that,
Bam,
but
bam,
was
bam.
that through Excel?
It was,
Wow,
because
okay.
they just kept it moving, you know what I
Okay.
mean? There was no lag.
Okay, because we have that other one that Excel is ready, did they put the lien on that one, Ariel?
No.
No, they're getting
No,
ready.
but they will
it-
push
the only thing Excella has is the furthest account they have along is an intent to lien, notice of intent.
So it's in,
That's
don't,
a good
okay,
one, but
that's
they'll
good.
keep it moving.
Yep.
And then they also, keep an eye on that dashboard, because it'll also show you what, like say it goes to foreclosure, it'll tell you what, for lack of a better term, value, right? So what the mortgage payoff is, what's owed on it, what any liens or any taxes or whatever, so to see what type of a risk or an asset it would be to the association, which I think is pretty fascinating,
What
actually.
dashboard are you referring to? Because we don't have access to an Excel
Yeah.
dashboard.
Well, it's what you do, I call it that, but
Oh,
you know what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay.
They will send you like a consideration thing, like here's what you're looking at, if you foreclose on this is what you're taking on, right? You don't want it if it has 2, 3 more, you know, but it's really pretty fascinating.
Okay.
It makes you start thinking, oh, I think I'll buy that one. You know what I'm saying? Because if you buy like, if you know, everyone looks at foreclosure sales right
Yeah.
out of interest, like on the courthouse steps, but you sometimes don't know what you're getting into,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is right there. It's
I
pretty
had somebody just
fascinating.
call me today and say, hey, can I buy a foreclosure? And I'm like, sure,
It's not that
but you know what
easy.
you're gonna get into.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so,
Alright.
all right, so that's the or the attorney, so now we're at violations.
You wanna talk a little bit about what we're gonna start asking the board to put considerations on the agenda?
Okay, so, pretty much, violations, well, first of all, the report with violations, that's from today. Michael made a couple of corrections on some of the violations. There's about, I think I counted 5 that are at their final notice. So that would be ready for the fining committee. And what we would need to do next would be place those addresses on the agenda. And as Jill said, give them ample
Right,
notice via mail that they will be discussed at a board meeting. And then the board decides, to send them to the fining committee and how much, which we already discussed. The homeowners have already received a
Series
sheet.
of letters.
Yeah,
right?
well, they've received a sheet of how much the fine
Oh,
amount
yes.
would be either per day or per instance, depending on the situation. That's about it. Questions on
Keeping in mind is that the board will consider for fining at a duly noticed meeting that they will be made aware of ahead of time, but the violator does not speak at that meeting. Their chance to talk is at the fining meeting
Okay,
committee.
good.
Just so
Yes.
everybody knows
Okay.
that, okay. They can be there to see what the decision was, but that's not where we discuss the details.
So,
Okay.
so I guess we should not be asking for input. We should, at the meeting, we should not be accepting. We should just go ahead and make a decision.
Absolutely. It's just for the board to say, yeah, go ahead,
Because
yes
I know
or no.
sometimes when we have homeowners visiting, we'll be discussing a topic, say, whatever, sprinkler replacements, and homeowners will chime in.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not gonna happen. They're
Gotcha.
not gonna say, this is BS, I paid, we're not gonna get into an argument with the violator in this board meeting.
Gotcha.
Yes,
They
yeah.
can do that in 30 days at the fining.
They can try it at the final committee, but we'll
Okay.
put an end to that too.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Well, that's how you would end
Yeah.
I need to send you another one, the one I showed you yesterday with.
Yes.
So, Michael, when you come through, there's Fox Hunt Court. That comes down into our park area. So all the homes that are around that lake have to follow the same guidelines where they can't have things there. Got a lawnmower being overgrown.
Okay.
I gotta get the address for you. But, there's another couple places there, but that has to be looked at as well. when you go through.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You found the, how you can get to there?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now
Yeah.
on the maps.
But I gotta get the address. Do you know the address of that one? The one next to the solar panels?
We can look it up
Yeah,
after.
just send it to us.
Yeah. All right,
So it used to be that we could only violate what we could see from like the road.
yeah,
And we can now, the state has deemed that we can accept pictures from neighbors. That's very big. That's huge.
and then, but,
So if your docs say no above ground pools and they have a fence within your guidelines, you can't strain to look over the fence to find a pool though.
Yeah.
But if your neighbor takes a
Says-
picture.
but this is like Foxont Court, you come down the end and it's a cul-de-sac, you can park there, and there's a walkway to the common
Yeah,
area.
I
So that
understand.
could
It's
be,
visible.
yeah, it's
Not a
visible.
problem.
All right. And our finding committee, where I gave you the people
Yeah,
for the
we have
finding
that.
committee. So I don't have a phone number for Debbie, I have it for the other one.
Okay.
But, we're good then.
Yeah.
Do you got anything else?
I have,
We usually tip off the finding committee that on the agendas has 3, 4, 5, whatever, 8, addresses, consideration, so that they're ready.
Yes.
So they can start thinking about it, Because then we'll contact them and say, what date works for you? We have to do it no less than and no more than.
Yep. Debbie, she was like the head of she did minutes and everything.
So she
And
gets it.
she gets it.
Perfect.
And she did, they did it basically Zoom, the three of them met,
Yeah,
so just,
so we can Zoom, we can also do the fine committee via Zoom, but we will, like any other meeting, we will have to produce or provide a physical location for the violator also, but we can use our office for that too.
okay.
And again, they can have legal counsel come with them if they want. That's their option.
Okay.
Can you imagine?
That
Just
might be
mow
less.
you on. Might pay an attorney, mow your lawn, Yeah.
Did you want
Wanna keep
to
that?
talk about the weed whacking along the
Oh,
fences
yeah.
along that
Yeah.
canal?
Yeah, I think you sent a letter for us,
Mhm.
and, I went down there, Wednesday.
The canal, the drainage canal between,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Down
so there was a lot of them that haven't weed whacked around there. There was a couple where the mower obviously hasn't mowed in a while, and it got it pretty far out. So I said, could you just get it back so
Right.
then they can start. So we were trying to discuss if they don't do it, do we fine them? Do we say, okay, sign a waiver that if your fence is damaged,
yeah.
because that's the whole,
Because a lot of the properties don't have access.
they put a
Out the
fence
back.
without a gate.
Right.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind kind of thing too, right?
And
Yeah.
it's, I mean, it's a drainage ditch, it's a drainage
Right.
road that goes down, so I don't know.
Because I don't know if anybody's
So what if
really
we
doing it.
what if we did it like as an e-blast first, we can isolate those addresses, right? And just say,
It would be on Country Walk and Country Manor.
it is your responsibility, however, that's called self-help in the legal HOA, right? If you don't, we will,
Yeah,
but we will not be liable for any damages. We can send, we can put, I hate this term, but put them on notice,
Yeah.
right? We can certainly send something like that out.
yeah. And then if they choose not to, if I gotta find out what they would charge us to do that, because
That's right.
it's
Well,
a
again,
damage to the weed whacker,
Yeah.
the strings and stuff, and then
Right.
also damage to their fence.
Right.
So if they,
So here's another thought then, we let the people know that aren't doing it, and that if you don't do it in 30 days, you have to give them 30 days, we'll have it done, but your HOA account will reflect the cost of.
so we can charge them more.
Yeah, if they're given 30 days to do it,
Okay.
right?
So that individual homeowner can get charged if it's not done.
Correct. If you don't do it within 30 days, we'll have it done for this amount of money. We don't send them a bill, it just gets popped right on their account.
What do you think of that?
You can give them the option to do it first, of course, it doesn't have to be a nasty letter.
The thing I see, in all the time that I've been here, nothing against our new lawn company, but every single lawn company has always weed whacked
Yeah.
up along the fences on
Why
the
don't
common
we
area
talk to them
side.
about it, and they're afraid they're gonna damage their
And-
equipment?
They
Yeah.
use more string,
Yeah.
and they don't wanna damage somebody's fence, cause
Yeah,
then
well,
who's liable for
that's because
that?
they probably bought a fence, and that's why they got stung, right? Yeah.
That's why the
But
idea
it is
came
the
up.
owner's responsibility, is it not? The lawn company's just doing it as a
We don't know.
favor?
Well,
Oh, we don't know?
the thing is, the lawn company is mowing on the common area side.
Right.
So, I mean, it could be that their fence is right on the property line, and
Yeah, so they might, you're right, they might have a point. They were like, it's common area, knock yourselves out. What are you charging me for?
And second of all,
But
they
if-
don't
but
have
they paid
access, so
for the
they would have
fence.
to install a gate or walk all, I mean, I just realistically,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
would
what I'm
love
saying,
for-
out of
I would-
sight, out of
yeah,
mind, right?
I would love for everybody to have a gate and like, yeah, just walk out the gate, weed whack on the
Yeah.
other side. But realistically, I don't think anybody's gonna do it.
So I think I'll have a conversation with the landscaper that you've gotta figure something out, because it's always been done and it's becoming a problem,
Okay,
okay?
but
Let's
can
do
we
that. I
also, can
misunderstood.
we also give it, like, they need to, if there's damage to the fence, it's not the responsibility of the lawn company?
Correct, yeah. Is there something like that we can work out?
Well, yeah, because, let me think that one through, because they chose to put the fence there, right? If they, you know,
If they brought it in,
Yeah.
then it would be their,
yeah,
see, in New York, the fence cannot be on the property line.
right, it's, you gotta give it a little bit of,
You got,
right.
and then, you know, you have to. do
I
both
think so,
sides.
maybe we just send out more of a friendly, like, hey, you know, the landscaper's going to, you know, trim all the way up to your fence. However, we will not accept any responsibility if it gets damaged, you know, I think just something kind of FYI,
Yeah.
you know?
Just out of
And
curiosity,
if
how does Ford?
Mrs. Smith says, you better not ruin my fence, we'll say, okay, then you better start trimming it, and
Yeah.
if you don't, we'll charge you to do it. You know, then you get a little testy about it, but I'm sorry.
No, I was just curious, how does Florida work, how does Florida law work with regards to neighbors? So if my neighbor puts up a fence and I'm weed whacking on my side, and over the years it gets damaged, who's responsible? Am I responsible because I'm weed whacking?
Well, you would only damage your side of it, though.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
they
his
paid to
fence.
put the fence up.
Oh, yeah, but they would, this falls under out of sight, out of mind.
See,
Have you ever wondered why, like,
I don't know if it's a
fenced in
Florida
my
thing.
house, right, my backyard,
Right,
and they call it the ugly side in.
Yeah.
Do you know?
right.
You know, because I came home and went, you hung it backwards. Because I don't want to, you know, I didn't want to see all the, you know, of course now it's got, you know, but I never understood that, right? I'm like, I just bought my neighbor a beautiful new fence. I
Yeah.
mean, it looks great on his side, right? So, but I don't think that's an issue because it's that same out of sight, out of mind. If you're whacking the hell out of their fence on your side, how are they even gonna know? They can't even legally come into your property to look.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
so would the same thing apply to this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it might. But they'd have to go out and see it, right?
yeah,
Yeah, how would they even know?
I don't
without-
know, I don't know, I'm just saying, I don't wanna be liable and I don't wanna be buying
understand.
fences.
I understand that.
I just don't know.
I mean,
And I
It just
don't-
seems to me like we're open, like a can of worms is being opened up
For no-
that was never opened up,
for
it
no
was never
reason.
even there.
Yeah, I agree.
See, but I don't know if it's a state law, because in Cape Coral, when my daughter put her fence up, they had to go in, so if you look at, she's got a neighbor that's got a fence, she's got a fence.
Who
There's
approves the
about
fence? The state or
the
the ARC?
city,
Or your
our ARC does, but
Yeah.
but in between, but I think you have to follow the city.
Yeah,
But
they
in
have to get a
between and
permit.
Cape Coral, you could walk in between, it's tight squeeze,
Right.
but you have to walk in between it. So,
Yeah, but
Here-
we had our fence put on.
and right on the line,
Yeah.
I don't understand that, so that, I think is more of a city thing maybe than it is a state
We
thing.
had our fence put up, we got the permit, everything, and the company said, where do you want it? I said, right on the line. City came out, inspected it,
Yeah, no problem.
it's done.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the city's not out there cutting and stuff. They don't care, what do they, you know what I mean? It's not their, if there was
Yeah.
something that they had to upkeep, it would probably be a different story.
All I'm saying is.
I kind of agree with it. You said, you know what, if, but they don't know, well, I mean, for
Well, yeah,
lack
but
of a
if the
better
fence,
term, I don't know.
if you're weed whacking enough and the fence, the wooden fence at least, that you see the wear and tear, and if it creates a
Yes.
hole in it, or if it's, you know, a plastic fence,
If
I
it
don't
creates a
know.
hole in it, it needs a new fence.
Fence. But that's what I'm saying, if the weed whacker hits it repetitively, I mean, that's why like I have a metal thing around my mailbox, even though it's a 4x4,
Right.
there's a metal thing, so when he weed
Yeah,
whacks,
you're
it
not
doesn't
hitting
cut
it.
into my,
All I'm saying is, it's never been an issue in
Yeah,
the
let's not
past.
make it one.
And then,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
again,
kind of with you on that.
nothing against the company, but they brought it up. I just get the feeling like they're afraid of an issue and now
Yeah.
we're having to open up
This
a
is
can of worms.
this is a result of a consequence that they've suffered, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So, because it happens all the time, they'll say, oh, they weed whacked and they damaged, you know, and sometimes they, but let me just have a conversation and see if we can
Okay.
improve upon it.
Okay,
And then, say, well, how do you handle this in other communities? I mean, you can't, you want it a nice, clean, trim look. so.
there's also that house that was on, that swell, what was that swell between Saddleback and Martingale? Remember we saw that high grass he was asking about? And she said it was never like that before, the other company used to do it. But he said they $50 and he would knock it down.
Yeah. It's $50 one time and then he needs to maintain it.
That was a
Yeah.
question that we had.
And that's between Saddleback and Martingale, the swell there.
I'll talk to him.
Then, what did we want to do with that big one that's on common property?
Well, see, first
By
of
the
all,
park.
we need to figure out if that's what's being, the area they're referring to.
No, this is a different, that other area. They weren't referring to this one, I don't believe it was that other one, that one,
What is it?
because it was along a fence.
That's the $50 one, right?
Yeah,
No, is that the $50 one?
yeah. I don't know if it was both of them or not. I'll send you these two pictures, you can tell them.
You know what?
Then there's.
Personally, I would prefer something from them stating, hey, this is, if you want this cut, it's this amount. That way we're all on the same page and we know it's like, okay,
Yeah,
you're
but
referring to this.
I think I just say, we're gonna charge you this much to clean it, and then we will maintain it from this point forward.
Right, something.
That's what I'm gonna ask them for.
Some
In writing.
invoice or estimate
Okay,
or,
I can do that.
because that way, if not, we don't know.
I'm just sending you these pictures so you
No
have them then.
Okay. I'll get a hold of them.
It was Bobby, Kevin is the guy who owns the company. Bobby is the guy who mows our
It's on,
area.
on property.
Yeah,
Okay.
and, he also asked about if we wanted, I figured Jack, you guys could get that tree and that branch and just put it up on the curb. The one in the parkage up front, in the park up front.
Okay.
So I figured Jack can get it this weekend. If
Oh, I
you're
didn't
around.
see it. If not, I would have.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
It's in the park, in the
It's
empty
in,
lot?
it's in the front park towards Sauls.
We'll take a
It's a
look.
branch. But he'll be home tomorrow.
All right, any other landscaping issues while I'm
I
calling?
think
If you
that's.
think of anything, just send me an email.
No, I've had a lot of people say it looks better.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, good.
We'll
They,
just
they
sort
are
out
doing a good
these
job,
types
but
of
these
things.
are the hidden things that
Yeah,
all of a
of
sudden,
course.
whenever we
Oh.
get a new company, somebody always finds something.
We needed to talk about the pump.
Oh,
The
yes,
irrigation pump?
Yes.
yes,
What's going on with
that
the
he
irrigation
replaced.
The irrigation pump needs to be replaced. I think it's on the updated agenda.
Yes.
That's why it's not showing up
Okay.
on this, that's why we missed it. The pump at Sauls, has one of the grooves for one of the outlets.
threading or
The
whatever's
threading
done.
is all
Okay.
corroded, it's gone. The pipe popped out. I actually had a homeowner send me pictures of.
It's done.
It was done.
Yeah,
So we would need to get a new pump.
how much is it?
So we're looking at about it was about $625 is gonna be with taxes and the installation, everything, we're looking at about $650.
Who's doing it?
I will-
Oh, Ariel, okay. Well, do you feel that requires a motion in a second, or because it's necessary maintenance, or do you just want it reflected in the minutes?
However you wanna work,
Nice.
reflected or authorized or,
Authorize it,
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
because it's gotta be done, it's, you know,
Yeah, it's a necessary maintenance, okay.
yep.
Okay.
So that puts us over, right? That was
Yeah,
the-
well, they suspected it would be anyhow, right? But I think you're getting your irrigation in good shape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot better.
it
It's a lot
is.
better.
It's a lot better, everything's green, things are looking good.
Good.
You want a motion
Do we,
So, if you'd like to.
let's say it's,
All right. Motion, Linda.
motion to fix the pump
And
with the
install.
charges installed with Ariel and the figures that he has.
I'll second.
Perfect, all in favor, obviously. Okay, perfect.
Yep,
All right.
And
Anything else?
Yeah.
That's it. Good thing we got that in.
yeah, I forgot that.
Good call.
Thank you for that. All right, then a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.